AskReddit by Chinchillin 1213. What's a question we should never ask? Why can't you be like insert person's name? Well, because I am not that person's name. A friend's mum said that to him, and I was the insert person's name. That did not help our friendship. Why are you so quiet? This one always pissed me off as a kid. Like, if you wanna start a conversation, just ask a regular question. Have you noticed you're going bald? A lady did this to my grandma once. My grandma had this incredibly rare blood disease that wasn't cancer, but the only way they knew how to treat it 15 years ago was as if it were cancer. So she took chemo pills, and all of her hair, that had never gone grey, which she was very proud of, had started thinning and falling out in clumps. This random lady at the grocery store checkout line tapped my grandma on the shoulder and said something like, "You know, they have balding products for women just like they do for men now." And my grandma was like, "Yes, I'm sure that will work against the chemotherapy," and turned back around. And the lady snapped like, "Well, I was just trying to help." And then my grandma left and got in the car and cried, because why the fuck would you say that to someone? IDK where that random lady is, or if she's even live anymore. ISTG if I ever see her again in this life or the next. It's on Cycle Mayo. Why are you single? I love her. Your mom wants to keep it casual, I read on here recently. Is your daughter seeing anyone? She is blind. When in a relationship, do you think friend is prettier than me, or any related question of which you actually don't want to hear the answer to? My ex asked me if I had a threesome with her friends who would I choose, and got angry with my answer. It looks that I had to say just one. Edit. I think that is on my first awards. Thanks to both. Are you depressed or just want attention? Both, motherfucker. When did you put on all that extra weight? I legit had a patient and his wife ask me once if I was putting on extra weight for the winter. On the bright side, the insult was the final straw that got me motivated to get back into shape. When are y'all gonna break up? Too soon to call dips. What's the worst thing you've ever seen to any EMT, paramedic, firefighter, etc? I promise you it's horrible and not something you'd want to think about. Well, certainly I don't want to relive those memories, especially so unexpectedly. Ask about something funny instead. You'll get a better answer. As an EMT and firefighter, I would also like to add that we likely won't tell you the actual worst thing we've ever seen. Unless I'm in a shitty mood or something. You're getting a mild story that's interesting enough to shut you up. If I don't even know you well enough for that, then my go-to response to what's the worst thing you've ever seen at your job is my paycheck and a change of subject. So am I better than your ex? Well, I'm with you now, so obviously. Are you in yet? Follow it up with a can't tell for the all you know reverse card. When is the baby due? I learned this lesson early in life when I said congratulations to a coworker who then said, "What for?" I was fortunate to have remembered she got a promotion a while back and covered pretty well, but it was awkward. Never again. When are you having a baby? If they're old, ask them when they're dying. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Do you have a prettier sister? On my wedding day, my husband's aunt said your sister is so much prettier than you. On my wedding day. Where was Gonda when the Westfold fell? What, are you on your period or something? Cranberry juice. Does the carpet match the drapes? No bitch, I got hardwood floors. Are you going to try again? Asked after my miscarriage. but at least people stopped asking, when are you two going to have a baby after I miscarried? Edit, over 900 upvotes. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you all so much. Worst thing ever. After a year of dating, when are you getting married? Week after marriage, when are you having children? Month after birthing first child, when are you having another? People need to mind their damn business. Why do you look like your uncle? My sister actually looks ridiculously similar to my uncle. We make jokes about it, but it's basically just because my uncle looks like a younger, skinnier version of my dad. Never ask a nurse what's the worst thing you've ever seen. They'll tell you a funny story or a gory story, or a funny, gory story. They won't tell you about the screaming mother trying to climb over them while you do CPR on their kid who everyone knows has no hope of survival, or about treating the toddler who was raped by a member of her family. Just don't ask. Why are you so skinny? It was always older women who'd be nastiest to me about this, too. It really gave me anxiety as a teenager. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. Anyway, then having these mature women come up picking at me because of what I looked like, pinching my stomach, accusing me of being anorexic, and not fucking nicely like they were actually worried. I hated big events because I knew someone was gonna get me. Sexy women of Reddit. What is the sexiest sex that you sexed? The more details the sexier. Sex. Visited China. You must never ask about the 3 T's. Tiananmen Square, Tibet and Xiaowen. Are you gonna eat that baby? Punctuation saves lives. Asking what happened to you to see why someone has mental health issues. Especially if the mental health issues are associated with traumatic experiences. If someone has mental health struggles, asking out of curiosity rather than concern can make someone relive the experience. Edited due to previous phrasing. Holy heck, I don't really use Reddit other than for memes. Truly hope anyone who resonates with this in any way, know you're not alone in how you feel. Any way you feel is valid. You've got this. The worst part is people who ask this question are never ready for the answer. Where are all the Sour Patch parents? This feels like a midge headbutt joke. Wouldn't you like to know? Edit. Thank you kind stranger for the silver. Weather boy. Ask a veteran if they killed someone during their time in service. Surprisingly it's common. Please don't. It's really insensitive. I was at a family dinner once and my granddad was asked about his service. No one directly asked that question as it's clearly not polite and insensitive. But he did start to open up throughout the conversation and offered up, I don't know. There was often so much going on and we were fighting in such dense jungle. I'm not sure if I ever actually killed someone or not. He went on to explain a bit more, but that comment has stayed with me. Why does your Argentinian grandfather speak fluent German? What's the difference between an Argentinian and someone from southern Brazil? The Argentinian has an artsy grandfather. The southern Brazilian wishes his grandfather was an artsy.